Hey there, superstars. Happy July. It's Magi Helena. Here's the astrological forecast for July 2020 in all 6 astrology dimensions. I'm the only woman and one of only 2 certified level 4 Magi astrologers, the highest level, and I've helped thousands of people across the US and in 40 countries worldwide to understand how to use their personal right timing to help them achieve love and success. Please subscribe here on YouTube and then click that bell on the right so you'll know as soon as new astrology videos drop. We've got some good days to work with in July and some really rotten ones too. For best days in July, we have 1 pair and 1 long run of days. In the pair of best days, which fortunately falls over Independence Day weekend, there's a Sun-Vesta eclipse in Geo. Sun conjunct Vesta is in wedge geometry with financial points Ceres and Midas in the Longitudes, and in the Declinations, Sun and Vesta are in a quintuple parallel with Jupiter, Pluto, and Pallas. In Geo Zodiac 7, there's a 7-planet fortress with success points Midas, Ceres, Jupiter, Pluto, and also with Diana, Juno, and Pallas. In Helio, there's a spearhead with Quaoar, Varuna, and lucky Odin, with Venus as the spearhead planet. There's also an iron butterfly with Sedna, Juno, Diana, Saturn, and Ceres. In Helio Zodiac 7, Earth is in a symmetrical triangle with success points Odin and Eris. These could be great days for friendship, fan and alliance building, and business in general. In the long run of best days in July, Golden Midas joins the parallel-contraparallel party with Sun and company in the geocentric declinations. In the first portion of these days, Sun and power points Odin and Sedna form a symmetrical triangle in Geo 7, and the financial fortress from the previous best days continues. As this long run of best days moves on, a Sun-Neptune trine forms a wedge with Jupiter, Pallas, and Pluto, and Midas sinks in at the apex of a yod with Pallas and Neptune. In the declinations, money points Odin and Neptune are contraparallel and mutually applying. In Zodiac 7, Sun is in an aspected Zodiac 2 aspect with Chiron, Mars, and Odin. In Helio, Earth begins a quadruple conjunction with Pallas, Jupiter, and Pluto, all square Eris. In Helio Zodiac 7, 2 symmetrical triangles almost but not quite linked together. The orbs are just a little bit too wide. The first is with financial planets Venus, Sedna, and Midas with Mercury. The second triangle is also with Venus, Mercury, and Sedna, this time with Diana. This long run of good days is generally very good, with the emphasis on money and business. Though the period when Sun is enhanced by Chiron and Odin could be great for relationships too. Just watch out for that Mars, which could stir the pot just a little bit. For worst days in July, we have 2 runs of days and 2 singletons. In the first run of worst days, poor Sun is in a bi-level clash with Saturn. It's opposite Saturn and the Saturn-Jupiter and Saturn-Pluto midpoints and quincunx the Saturn-Neptune midpoint in Geo 12. In the declination, Sun is contraparallel Saturn, and Chiron is in a heartbreak clash with the Saturn-Sedna midpoint. In Helio, a creepy iron butterfly holds Earth captive with Sappho, Juno, Sedna, Mars, Ceres, and Saturn, and the Saturn-Pluto midpoint as well. In Helio 7, Earth is in symmetrical geometry with Uranus, Saturn, and the Saturn-Uranus infamy midpoint. These are just plain yucky days for confidence, for business, and for almost any kind of relationship. Reschedule meetings, interviews, and presentations if at all possible. Keep a low profile and do not stir up controversy. In the second run of worst days in July, just a few days later, Sun is in a transdimensional heartbreak clash with the Saturn-Chiron midpoint in the Geo Longitudes and in Geo Zodiac 7, which adds to its negative power. In the decks, Sun is parallel Pallas and Xanthus, and the Chiron-Saturn-Sedna midpoint heartbreak clash peaks. At the beginning of this run in the Helio latitudes, a universal transit of the Sappho-Lilith midpoint, parallel Earth, takes us all down a notch or 2 and can really amplify anxieties and negativity in general. In Helio Zodiac 7, Earth and the 10 tons of bricks, Saturn-Sedna midpoint, are hanging out. These days are not really good days, and you should sit them out whenever possible. I want to remind you that the only way to really leverage the stars to create love and success in your own life is to always factor in your own personal cycles too. There is a great coupon to try one of my instant personal astrology calendars almost free in the link in the text below. If you don't see it, click Show More. To see the specific best and worst days for July 2020, click another link in the text below. If you liked this video, please click like. Thank you. If not, click dislike. If there's someone you know that should see this video, please share it with them. Remember, subscribe on YouTube for more astrology videos. And please visit me on MagiHelena.com for info on your personal best and worst timing, how to understand your relationships, and a lot more. Get there now. Text astrology to 51555. These are wild times in the world now. We have to believe that on some level, uncertainty and upheaval can lead to needed changes. Show up, do your best, cultivate inner peace, do good self-care, pray for the world, be kind, and trust the process. I wish you all a great July.